So, I'm not great at sharing feelings, but I'm pretty okay at describing a design. So that's what I'm going to do. So a good design has meaning. And oftentimes it's not always obvious. But this arch has a lot of meaning, both symbolically and in its details. And I designed the arch to remind us of a few things I never want to forget. So it may not be apparent, but you can see a balance of clean, straight grain boards and curly, chaotic boards when there isn't stuff all over it. Maybe everyone can take a look. And these details in a way represent us. The straight grain represents order and predictability. This predictability creates a safe place that we can always rely on. Conversely, the curly, knotted grain represents the unknown and the chaotic. This chaos is required to balance the predictability and create a longing for discovery and adventure and learning. And I hope we always rely on our strengths and welcome the unknown along the way together. You're my best friend and my partner. I vow to explore the world with you, learn from you, teach you, always be there for you, and love you. Short.
Wait till you hear
And
mine. You said design.
Did you do it? Do I hold this?
No, that didn't work.
Jennifer, just put them down by your feet.
Oh, you want to see?
I keep finding myself holding the flower.
I'm not very good at reading, so I will try not to stutter through it. But Martin and Margaret, thank you so much for introducing us. And I'm so grateful that you took the 3.5-hour drive down to go on our first date in San Diego. And in looking back on our first few dinners, I'm really glad that I took your word on a few things. You did promise me you never spill drinks. And now, years later, I know this is true, but in our first few dates, he spilled a drink on me like every time. So that was a very cute memory. The other thing I'm really glad I took your word for is when I naively asked you, so are you like an engineer? And you quickly answered, no, I am a designer. Totally different than an engineer. And everyone knows I have a history of saying a word that is very close to the actual correct word. But after our first date, I had to Google and make sure I wasn't off on what a designer versus an engineer is. At first, the definitions didn't seem that different, but as I read more, I noted that a designer is a person who plans the look or the workings of something before it's being built. And that's who you are. The most intentional, thoughtful person I know. Oh no, I didn't think I was going to cry. We have a lot of pages to get through. I'm going to have to pull it together. You've taken the time to understand my passions and goals and quirks, and I'm so grateful you stand in support of all of them, especially my sleep paraphernalia with my eye mask and noise-canceling headphones. You make sure I have everything I need every night. I appreciate that you know me better than anyone else, and that you are my steady, level-headed sounding board. Page 2. I love that you have the most unique ways of making me feel extra special and loved. Like when we were discussing our wedding arch, and I was the one that Googled things we could make, you proceeded to say how we would make this. And like a great designer, you poured yourself into the research on how it would be constructed, what shape and materials we would use, and most importantly, how it would be transported here and assembled in one piece. The evolution of our wedding arch led me to look at more of the principles behind design. In my research, I found there are 10 commandments for great design. First, a great design is innovative. I love that as we are wrapping up any project, you're already thinking about the things we can do next time to make them even better. It's that commitment you have to learning and perfecting and exploring new things that makes me certain our partnership is going to continue to be full of new opportunities to learn and grow, and most importantly, full of interesting explorations to find new hobbies and passions. Second, a great design is useful. I told you it was long. You're the only person I know that can make and fix everything. I appreciate your patience with you, as you teach me everything that you know. And these talents of yours make me feel so safe and protected. And I really appreciate that you love me enough to finish the projects perfectly when I inevitably get distracted between 90 and 95% of the way through. Third, a great design is aesthetic. I appreciate the streamlining you have elected to do to your wardrobe with 2 staple looks, a black hoodie or a suit. Thank you for wearing a suit today. I also promise to continue to buy you soft black hoodies with no name brands on them. 4, a great design makes a product understandable. You used to tell me that things were implied based on actions, and being a person who clearly uses at least 75% more words than you, I couldn't wrap my head around that statement. The thing I appreciate most about you is you never miss anything important to me, my family, or my work. And that's something that isn't said, and I understand the significance of all of your actions. I'm truly grateful I can always count on you to be there for me. 5, a great design is unobtrusive. We're getting closer. Your humility is admirable. Where most people would be quick to tout their accomplishments, and getting to know you, it was a subtle, slow process to learn yours. You have won multiple racing seasons, set countless track records with your race car you and your dad built, and you've designed a race bike that won an Olympic gold medal. And not only have you won once-in-a-lifetime design awards, you've done it countless times. I'm so proud to be by your side to help you celebrate, and look forward to celebrate even more of them in the future. 6, a great design is honest. I love that you feel comfortable being you, and that you share what's on your mind. I feel so honored that because you love me, I'm included in what you want to do. I know you pride yourself on never asking for anything or needing anything, but the fact that you choose to trust me enough and tell me these things makes me feel so special, and I promise to never jeopardize that. 7, a great design is long-lasting. I appreciate that you are thoughtful and calculated before making a big change or commitment. And most impressive, once you decide, your commitment and loyalty are unwavering. Your decision to marry me makes me feel so honored, and I feel like I've won the lottery on life. 8, are you hanging in there? Great design is thorough down to the last detail. The way you are romantic is something I truly cherish. I love that you spent countless hours making this arch perfect, but when you told me you got a tool to etch our wedding date onto the bolts, I melted. I love that you do things for me that can't be purchased, that take time, thought, and energy, and are so special and unique to just the two of us. 9, great design is environmentally friendly. We're not so good at this. Our love for fast cars disqualifies us. But I decided friendly environment was better suited. So there's no one I can spend more time with. You're so fun and easy to be around, and I appreciate how neat, calming, and quiet you are. And apologize that my presence isn't so quiet. It's fantastic having you work from home, although it has shifted Tarquin's loyalty to you. Or 10. A great design involves as little as possible. I love that you are a minimalist and not caught up in the latest consumer trends, and I truly appreciate you letting me use the entire closet. I can hardly wait for us to build our amazing workspace here in Carmel so we can create things together. I'm so impressed with your ability to quickly teach yourself architecture programs and bring our design vision to life with our future home here, with a closet I promise to share. I love you, I love that you're my best friend, and I'm excited for us to build a future that I know will be not only a great design, but an exceptional design. Page 4, it's all done. Sorry for the long one.
Good job.
Way better.
Good job.
Okay.